The world of Nebulon was a peaceful place for thousands of years. Three powerful alien kingdoms ruled this world: the Lumina, the Voidwalkers, and the Stoneheart. The Lumina were smart people who made amazing machines. King Ta led them with great pride. They lived in tall, shiny buildings that reached the clouds. The Voidwalkers could feel the energy of the universe. Queen Ju taught them to use this power. They lived in homes built into the sides of mountains, where they could be close to the stars. The Stonehearts were strong fighters who valued honor above all else. Warlord Sung led them into battle when needed. They lived in strong fortresses made of the hardest rock on the planet. These three kingdoms did not always get along, but they found ways to live without war. That was until the human came. Do-hyun stepped off his spaceship and looked around. The air smelled strange but good. The sky was a deep purple color. He took a deep breath. "I am the first human to visit Nebulon," he thought. "I must make a good first meeting." Do-hyun was sent from Earth as an ambassador. His job was to make friends with the aliens of Nebulon. He wore his best uniform with the Earth flag on his chest. His black hair was neatly combed, and his shoes were shiny. "Ambassador Do-hyun, please follow me," said a tall Luminan guide. "The three rulers wait to meet you." Do-hyun followed the guide to a big round building. Inside, the three rulers sat on thrones made from materials of their homelands. King Ta's throne was made of shining metal. Queen Ju's was made of clear crystal. Warlord Sung's was made of dark stone. "Welcome to Nebulon," King Ta said first. His skin looked like it had tiny lights under it. "We are happy to meet the first human." "The stars told us you would come," Queen Ju said next. Her eyes were completely white, with no pupils. "We hope your visit brings good things. Show us that humans are worthy of our trust," Warlord Sung said last. His voice was deep, and his skin looked like rough stone. "We will watch you closely." Do-hyun felt nervous but happy. He wanted to show respect to these important aliens. He remembered what his teachers told him about being friendly, so he did what humans always do when they want to be nice. He smiled. His lips pulled back. His white teeth showed. His eyes crinkled at the corners. The room went completely quiet. King Ta's light-filled skin darkened. Queen Ju's white eyes grew wide. Warlord Sung stood up from his throne, his hand moving to the weapon at his side. Do-hyun did not know what was happening. On Earth, a smile meant friendship. But on Nebulon, showing teeth was the worst threat anyone could make. To the aliens, Do-hyun had just promised to kill them all. The three rulers looked at each other with suspicion. Each one thought the human smiled at them last. Each one thought the human was making an alliance with the other kingdoms. "The meeting is over," Warlord Sung announced suddenly. "The human needs rest." Guards came to take Do-hyun to his room. He was confused but followed them. That night, Do-hyun wrote in his journal, "First day was good. The rulers seemed happy to meet me. Tomorrow I will learn more about their cultures." But across Nebulon, the three kingdoms were preparing for war. Soldiers were called to duty. Weapons were checked and loaded. Spies were sent to watch the other kingdoms. All because of a smile. The peace that lasted for hundreds of years was now in danger. And Do-hyun had no idea that his friendly human smile had just lit the fuse for the biggest war Nebulon had ever seen. Do-hyun had been on Nebulon for 7 days. He noticed that something was wrong. The alien people acted strange around him. The Lumina workers would not look at him. The Voidwalker guides stayed far away. The Stoneheart guards watched his every move. "Something is not right," said Jinho, a young human who came to help Do-hyun. They walked through the big city, looking at the tall buildings. "They are afraid of us." Do-hyun nodded. "But why? We have done nothing wrong." They went to the great library of the Lumina people. The library was a huge round building with books from floor to ceiling. Do-hyun hoped to learn more about the three kingdoms. In the library, a young Luminan woman named Hana worked with the old books. Unlike the others, she did not seem afraid. She came right up to Do-hyun and Jinho. You are the humans, she said in a clear voice. She had learned to speak Earth languages. I have wanted to meet you. Do-hyun smiled at her. Hannah stepped back quickly. I'm sorry, Do-hyun said. Did I do something wrong? Hannah looked around to make sure no one was listening. You should not show your teeth like that, she whispered. In our world, that means you want to kill someone. Do-hyun's eyes went wide. You mean my smile? But smiling is how humans show they are friendly. Smile. Hannah said the word slowly. So this teeth showing is not a threat? No, not at all, Jin-ho explained. Humans smile when they are happy or when they meet new friends. Hannah touched her chin, thinking hard. This is very bad. The three rulers think you showed your teeth as a threat. Each one thinks you have made friends with the other kingdoms to attack them. Do-hyun sat down hard on a chair. So that's why everyone has been acting strange. They think I threatened the rulers. Worse, said Hannah. The kingdoms are getting ready for war. Each one thinks the others are working with Earth to attack them. We have to fix this, Do-hyun said. We need to tell the rulers that a smile is not a threat. But in a dark corner of the library, someone was listening. It was Jai, a spy who worked for Han, a rich Luminan who made weapons. Han would make lots of money if there was a war. He did not want peace. Jai ran from the library to tell Han what he had heard. Han sat in his big office above the city. He smiled when Jai told him about the humans. So a smile is just a smile, Han said. But what if the rulers don't find out? Then the war will happen, and I will sell my weapons to all sides. Han gave Jai a bag of money. Tell King Ta that the humans are lying. Tell him that humans smile before they attack, to confuse their enemies. Jai nodded and left. That night, Do-hyun, Jin-ho, and Hannah made a plan. They needed to reach Queen Ju of the Voidwalkers. She was known to be the most fair of the three rulers. It will be dangerous, Hannah warned. We must travel through all three kingdoms. If we are caught, they might think we are spies. Do-hyun looked out the window at the three kingdoms. The luminous city glowed with blue light. The Voidwalker mountains were wrapped in purple mist. The Stoneheart fortresses stood dark and strong. We have no choice, Do-hyun said. We can't let a misunderstood smile start a war. Jin-ho put a small bag of food in his backpack. We leave at sunrise. None of them saw the shadows moving outside their window. Han had sent men to follow them. Han wanted war, and he would not let three people stop it, even if one of them was the first human on Nebulon. The morning sky turned from dark purple to light blue as Do-hyun, Jin-ho, and Hannah left the luminous city. They took a small road that went through the forest between the kingdoms. We must be careful, Hannah said. The border guards will be watching for strange people. They walked all day. The forest was thick with tall trees that had blue leaves. Strange animals watched them from behind bushes. Some had 6 legs. Others had no legs at all, and moved like snakes. As the sun began to set, they heard a noise behind them. Something was following them. Hide, Jin-ho whispered. They hid behind some large rocks. A tall figure walked down the path. It was a Stoneheart warrior with gray, rock-like skin. He carried a long spear and wore the mark of Warlord Sung on his chest. It's a Stoneheart scout, Hannah whispered. If he finds us, we're in trouble. The warrior stopped. He looked around, his eyes scanning the trees and rocks. I know you are there, he called out. Show yourselves. Do-hyun took a deep breath. He stood up with his hands raised. We mean no harm. Jin-ho and Hannah stood up too. The warrior pointed his spear at them. You are the human who threatened our rulers, the warrior said. I am Min-ho. I was sent to follow you and learn what you are planning. We are not planning anything bad, Do-hyun said. There has been a big mistake. When I showed my teeth, when I smiled, it was not a threat. Humans smile to show they are friendly. Min-ho lowered his spear a little. You expect me to believe that? It's true, Jinho said. Look, he smiled at Minho. Minho raised his spear again. Stop that. Please, Hannah said. We are going to see Queen Ju to explain this mistake. Many people could die if we don't fix this. Minho thought for a long time. Then he lowered his spear. I will come with you. If you are lying, I will stop you. If you are telling the truth, I want to hear this explanation. That night, they made camp in a small cave. They built a fire and cooked some food. Minho sat across from the humans, still not trusting them. Is it true the humans fight with their faces? Minho asked. Do-hyun laughed, showing his teeth. Minho jumped back. No, Do-hyun said quickly. Look, let me explain what a smile really means. He showed Minho pictures from Earth on his small computer. Pictures of children smiling while playing. Pictures of families smiling together. Pictures of friends smiling as they helped each other. So this smile means you are happy? Minho asked, still not sure. Yes, Jinho said. It is the opposite of a threat. Minho scratched his rocky chin. This changes everything. The three kingdoms are ready to fight because they think Earth wants war. That's why we need to reach Queen Ju, Hannah said. She might listen to us. It will not be easy, Minho said. There are soldiers everywhere now. And I heard that Queen Ju and King Ta have made an alliance against the Stonehearts. Do-hyun's eyes went wide. What? Why? They think your smile was meant for Warlord Sung, Minho explained. They think Earth has sided with the Stonehearts against them. Do-hyun put his head in his hands. This is getting worse. The next morning, they continued their journey. Now Minho led the way, showing them secret paths through the forest. I know a way into the Voidwalker Mountains that the guards don't watch, he said. By evening, they reached the foot of the Purple Mountains where the Voidwalkers lived. They could see the palace high up, glowing with strange light. We'll go up tomorrow, Minho said. That night, as the others slept, Do-hyun looked at the stars. They were different from Earth's stars, but just as beautiful. All this because of a smile, he whispered to himself. I must fix this mistake. What he didn't know was that Han's men were still following them, and Han had already sent messages ahead to the Voidwalker Palace. The climb up the Voidwalker Mountains was hard. The path was steep and narrow. Sometimes they had to use their hands to pull themselves up. Not much farther, Hannah said, pointing to a set of stone steps cut into the mountain. Those steps lead to the back entrance of the palace. Just as they reached the steps, they heard a loud noise. 6 Voidwalker guards appeared from behind large rocks. They wore purple uniforms and carried weapons that glowed with strange light. Stop right there, the lead guard shouted. You are under arrest by order of Queen Ju. Minho reached for his spear, but Do-hyun put a hand on his arm. No fighting, he said. We came to talk, not to fight. The guards took their bags and tied their hands. Then they led the group up the steps and into the palace. The inside of the palace was beautiful. The walls looked like they were made of purple glass. Lights floated in the air without any lamps holding them. The guards took them to a large room with a high ceiling. Inside, Queen Ju sat on her crystal throne. Next to her, on a metal chair brought from his own kingdom, sat King Ta. The spies have been caught, Your Majesties, the lead guard said. Queen Ju's white eyes stared at them. The human who threatened us. The traitor from my library, a human helper. And a Stoneheart warrior. What a strange group of friends. We are not spies, Do-hyun said. We came to explain a mistake. Silence, King Ta shouted. His skin flashed with bright light when he was angry. We know you are working with Warlord Sung to attack our kingdoms. That's not true, Jinho said. The whole problem started with a smile. A what? Queen Ju asked. A smile, Do-hyun explained. When humans show their teeth like this, he smiled gently. It means we are friendly. It is not a threat. King Ta stood up. Lies. Our spies tell us that humans show their teeth before they attack. Do-hyun looked surprised. Who told you that? It's not true. Hannah stepped forward. Your Majesties, I study the history and culture of many worlds. I have read about Earth. Do-hyun is telling the truth. Humans smile to show happiness and friendship. Queen Ju and King Ta looked at each other, not sure what to believe. If I may, Minho said, I too thought the smile was a threat. But the humans showed me pictures from their world. Many humans smile when they are with friends and family. It is not a sign of war. Prove it, Queen Ju demanded. Do-hyun nodded at Jin-ho. Jin-ho, please smile at me. Jin-ho smiled widely at Do-hyun. Now smile at Hannah. Jin-ho turned and smiled at Hannah. Now at Minho. Jin-ho smiled at Minho, who no longer flinched at the sight. And now, please smile at Queen Ju and King Ta. Jin-ho turned and smiled at the two rulers. They tensed but watched carefully. You see, Do-hyun said, the same expression for everyone. It is not a threat. It is how humans show friendship. Queen Ju leaned forward on her throne. If this is true, then why did our spy tell us? Suddenly, a messenger ran into the room. He bowed quickly and then spoke in a worried voice. Your Majesties, Warlord Sung's forces have attacked the Lumina border town of Blue Hill. They have destroyed the outer walls. King Ta jumped to his feet. War has begun. His skin glowed red with anger. No, Do-hyun cried. This is all a mistake. Please, let me speak to Warlord Sung. If he sees that my smile is the same for everyone, he will understand there is no plot against him. Queen Ju studied Do-hyun's face. Why should we trust you? Because more people will die if you don't, Do-hyun said simply. And because I came here to make peace, not war. The room was quiet for a long time. Finally, Queen Ju nodded. You have one chance, human. Go to Warlord Sung. Show him this smile and explain what it means. But if you are lying, if this is a trick, the punishment will be severe. Thank you, Do-hyun said. I won't let you down. As they left the throne room, Hannah whispered, Be careful. Someone is trying to make the war happen. The attack on Blue Hill seems too perfect in its timing. Do-hyun nodded. I know. And I think I know who that someone might be. Do-hyun, Jin-ho, Hannah, and Minho left the Voidwalker Palace with 4 guards. Queen Ju had ordered the guards to go with them to Warlord Sung. They took a fast ship that flew low over the trees. From above, they could see smoke rising from Blue Hill, the Lumina town under attack. So much damage from one misunderstood smile. Jin-ho said sadly. Do-hyun nodded. And I think someone is making it worse on purpose. The attack happened just when we were explaining things to Queen Ju and King Ta. Minho looked out at his homeland in the distance. Warlord Sung would not start a war without good reason. Someone must have tricked him too. The ship landed on a hill overlooking a valley. Below them, they could see Stoneheart soldiers marching toward Lumina lands. War machines rolled beside them, crushing trees in their path. We're too late, Hannah whispered. No, Do-hyun said firmly. We can still stop this. We just need to reach Warlord Sung. They walked down the hill toward the Stoneheart army. The Voidwalker guards stayed with the ship, too afraid to go near the enemy soldiers. As they got closer to the army, 5 Stoneheart riders on 6-legged animals spotted them and rode over. Stop, the lead rider shouted. This is now a war zone. No one may pass. Minho stepped forward. I am Minho of the Mountain Guard. I must speak with Warlord Sung. It's very important. The lead rider looked at him with narrow eyes. Why are you traveling with the enemy? He pointed at Hannah. She is Luminen. And these are the humans who threatened our rulers. Another rider added, pointing at Do-hyun and Jin-ho. That's what we need to explain, Do-hyun said. There has been a big mistake. When I smiled at your warlord, it was not a threat. Humans smile to show friendship. The riders looked at each other, confused. "It's true," Minho said. "I've seen proof. The human smile is not what we think it is." The lead rider thought for a moment, then nodded. "Very well. I will take you to Warlord Sung. But if you try anything, you will die quickly." They rode on the six-legged animals to the Stoneheart camp. The camp was full of soldiers getting ready for battle. In the middle of the camp was a large tent made of thick animal skins. Inside the tent, Warlord Sung stood over a map, planning his attack. He looked up as they entered. His face showed anger when he saw Du Hyun. "Why do you bring the enemy into my camp?" he asked Minho. "Sir, they are not the enemy," Minho replied. "The humans have been misunderstood. When they show their teeth, it is not a threat." "More lies." Warlord Sung hit the table with his fist. "My spies tell me that humans bare their teeth before they attack. And now you, one of my trusted guards, have been tricked by them." Do Hyun stepped forward. "Warlord Sung, someone has told you wrong information on purpose. They want this war to happen." "Who would want war?" Warlord Sung asked. "Someone who profits from it," Hana suggested. "Like Han, who makes weapons for all three kingdoms." Warlord Sung's eyes narrowed. "Han has been pushing for me to buy more weapons lately." Just then, a Stoneheart messenger ran into the tent. "Sir, Lumina forces are attacking our eastern border, and Voidwalker ships have been seen flying toward our southern towns." Warlord Sung's face hardened. "So, the other kingdoms attack while you try to distract me with talk. Seize them." Guards grabbed Do Hyun, Jinho, Hana, and Minho. They took away their bags and tied their hands. "Please," Do Hyun begged. "Let me prove what a smile really means." Warlord Sung turned his back. "Take them away. I have a war to fight." As the guards led them out, Do Hyun saw a familiar face among the Stoneheart soldiers. It was one of Han's men, the same one who had been following them from the start. "Wait," Do Hyun called out. "That man there. He works for Han." The man tried to run, but Minho, even with his hands tied, stuck out his foot and tripped him. Warlord Sung ordered his guards to catch the man. "Bring him to me." The guards searched the man and found a message written by Han. The message told about false attacks that were planned to trick all three kingdoms into war. Warlord Sung read the message, his face growing angrier with each word. He looked at Do Hyun. "It seems you may be telling the truth after all, but the war has already started. It may be too late to stop it." "It's never too late," Do Hyun said. "Let me send messages to Queen Ju and King Ta. If we all meet together, I can show everyone what a smile really means." Warlord Sung thought for a long time. Then he nodded. "Send the messages. We will meet at the Temple of Ancestors, the one place all three kingdoms still hold sacred." The Temple of Ancestors stood on a small island in the middle of a large lake. It was built thousands of years ago, before the three kingdoms split apart. The temple walls showed pictures of all three peoples living together as friends. Do Hyun, Jinho, Hana, and Minho arrived first. The temple was round with 3 doors, one facing each kingdom. Inside was a large room with a round table made of stone. "This place is special," Hana explained as they walked around. "No weapons are allowed inside. That's why it's the perfect place for the rulers to meet." "I hope they come," Jinho said. "The fighting has already started." Do Hyun looked at the wall pictures. They showed the ancient time when Luminans, Voidwalkers, and Stonehearts lived in peace. "They were one people once," he said quietly. "They can be friends again." They heard the sound of ships outside. The rulers had arrived. Queen Ju entered first through the east door. Her white eyes looked tired. 4 Voidwalker guards came with her. King Ta came next through the south door. His skin glowed faintly. He also had 4 guards. Last came Warlord Sung through the west door. His stone-like face showed no feelings. 4 Stoneheart warriors followed him. "This better be worth stopping our attacks," King Ta said angrily. My armies were winning, Warlord Sung replied. You should thank the human for this break in the fighting. Please, Du Hyun said, stepping to the center of the room. Sit down, all of you. I need to show you something important. The three rulers sat at the round table. Their guards stood behind them. Du Hyun stood in the middle. Respected leaders, he began, I've asked you here to fix a big mistake. Jin Ho, please smile at King Ta. Jin Ho turned to King Ta and smiled, showing his teeth in a friendly way. Now smile at Queen Ju, Du Hyun said. Jin Ho turned and smiled at Queen Ju. Now smile at Warlord Sung. Jin Ho gave the same smile to Warlord Sung. You see, Du Hyun said, the same smile for each of you. There was never any threat, never any plan to attack. Just a human greeting that was misunderstood. The rulers looked at each other, not speaking. On Earth, Du Hyun continued, we have thousands of different cultures with different customs. We've learned that peace requires understanding these differences. He asked Hana, Minho, and a Voidwalker guard to come forward. Please show how your people greet each other with respect, Du Hyun said. Hana blinked her inner eyelids 3 times, the Luminan way of showing respect. The Voidwalker guard bowed with his left shoulder forward, the way his people greeted important persons. Minho placed his right fist against his chest, the stone heart sign of honor. Different actions, same meaning, Du Hyun explained. All show respect, just in different ways. As they talked, they heard a noise outside. People were shouting. The temple doors burst open, and several wounded soldiers were carried in. Some were Luminan, some Voidwalker, and some Stoneheart. A young Stoneheart woman followed them in. I am Ju, a healer, she said. These fighters need help. You cannot bring them in here, a guard protested. This is a peace meeting. Pain doesn't care about politics, Ju replied. She began treating a wounded Luminan soldier. These men and women were fighting each other because they thought they had to protect their people. Do Hyun watched as Ju treated everyone, no matter which kingdom they came from. Ju is right, he said. Look at these wounded, all this pain because of a misunderstood smile. The rulers looked at the wounded soldiers. For the first time, they seemed to understand the cost of their fight. So what do we do now? Queen Ju asked quietly. First, stop the fighting, Du Hyun said. Send messages to your armies right away. King Tai nodded slowly. And then we talk, Du Hyun said. We create new ways for your kingdoms to understand each other better. The 3 rulers looked at each other. Years of distrust were not easy to forget, but the evidence was clear. The human smile had been misunderstood, and Han had used that mistake to try to start a war for his own profit. I agree to stop fighting, Queen Ju said first. As do I, King Tai added. Warlord Sung nodded. The Stonehearts will stop too. As the rulers sent messages to their armies to stop fighting, Du Hyun turned to his friends. This is just the beginning, he said. Now we need to help them build real peace. Outside the temple, the sun was setting. Its light made the lake water look golden. The first day of peace had begun. 3 months had passed since the meeting at the Temple of Ancestors. Du Hyun stood on the balcony of the new United Embassy. The building stood in the center of a large plaza where the 3 kingdoms met. From here, he could see people from all 3 kingdoms walking together, talking and trading. They're learning fast, Jin Ho said, joining him at the balcony. Faster than I thought they would, Du Hyun agreed. Though King Ta still looks like he's in pain when he tries to smile. After the peace agreement, many things changed on Nebulon. The rulers started programs to help their people learn about each other's cultures. Luminans studied human art and expressions. Voidwalkers practiced earth meditation. Stonehearts played human sports and games. Humans were learning too. Du Hyun could now do the complex Voidwalker greeting bow perfectly. Jin Ho had learned how to blink his eyes like the Luminans to show respect. Hana walked into the embassy carrying a small computer. She now led the new interspecies communication department. "Good news," she said happily. "The rulers have all signed the new treaty. They're creating a permanent council with people from all three kingdoms and Earth." "That's wonderful," Du Hyun said. "It means our work here is making a real difference." That evening, they went to a big dinner to celebrate the treaty. All three rulers sat at the same table, talking about future plans. Du Hyun watched as Warlord Sung said something that made Queen Ju laugh in the Voidwalker way, by humming softly. King Tai even tried a small human-style smile. "I never thought I'd see the three of them getting along so well," Minho said. He had been made captain of the new United Security Force, with guards from all three kingdoms working together. "It just took understanding," Ju added. She now worked as the head doctor at a new hospital that treated people from all kingdoms. Once they saw that different doesn't mean dangerous, everything changed. After dinner, Du Hyun and Hana walked through the streets of the new United City that was being built around the embassy. Workers from all three kingdoms were building homes and shops together. "It's amazing how much has changed," Du Hyun said. "Something as simple as a smile nearly caused a war, yet also helped bring peace." Hana nodded. "It wasn't just the smile, though. It was your willingness to understand our differences and help us see beyond them." They passed a new school where young Nebulonians from all three kingdoms played together. Some of the children were practicing human-style smiles. Others were teaching human children the greetings of their own people. "The next generation won't remember a time when a smile meant danger," Hana said softly. "They'll grow up knowing it can mean friendship." As they walked back to the embassy, they saw Han being led away by guards. After his plot to start a war was discovered, he had tried to run away. But Minho's security teams had found him hiding in the mountains. "What will happen to him?" Du Hyun asked. "He will face justice from all three kingdoms," Hana explained. "The new laws say that crimes against peace affect everyone, not just one kingdom." That night, Du Hyun wrote in his journal, "3 months ago, I made a mistake that almost started a war. But that same mistake led to a better understanding between different peoples. Sometimes our biggest mistakes can lead to our greatest successes." The next day, a ship arrived from Earth with more human diplomats. They would help continue the work that Du Hyun had started. "Are you ready to show them around?" Jinho asked, as they waited for the new arrivals. Du Hyun nodded. "Yes. And the first thing I'll teach them is when to smile, and when not to." As the new humans stepped off their ship, the welcoming party included people from all three kingdoms, and when Du Hyun smiled at the new arrivals, no one flinched or reached for weapons. Instead, some of the Nebulonians tried to smile back in the human way. The old kingdoms were changing, growing into something new and better. And it had all started with a smile. Not everyone was happy with the new peace. In a dark room below the city, a group of people met in secret. They were merchants who sold weapons, soldiers who missed fighting, and people who didn't like change. Han was supposed to lead them, but he had been caught. Now, his friend Jai led the meeting. "The humans have changed our way of life," Jai said angrily. "Our kingdoms are losing what made them special. Our rulers have become weak." A Luminan weapon maker named Sun banged his fist on the table. "My business is dying. No one wants to buy weapons during peacetime. And the Stoneheart warriors have become soft," said Rock, an old Stoneheart fighter. "They play games instead of training for battle." Jai stood up. "We must do something. In 1 week, there will be a big celebration for 1 year of peace. All three rulers will be there. And the human, Du Hyun, will give a speech." "So what?" asked a Voidwalker woman. "What can we do?" Jai smiled, but not in the human way. "I have a plan. We will attack during the celebration. We will make it look like Earth soldiers did it. When the kingdoms believe they've been betrayed by humans, they will fight each other again." Everyone in the room nodded. Meanwhile, Du Hyun was busy preparing for the celebration. After a year on Nebulon, he and Jinho would return to Earth. Their mission was complete. The peace between the kingdoms was strong. "I'm going to miss this place," Jin-ho said as they walked through the United City. "It's amazing how much has changed in just 1 year." Do-hyun nodded. "The three kingdoms are working together now. They don't need us anymore." Min-ho joined them as they checked the big square where the celebration would happen. His security team was making sure everything would be safe. "The rulers will sit there," Min-ho said, pointing to a raised platform. "You will give your speech from that spot. My guards will be all around." Ju-woo came running up to them. She looked worried. "Min-ho, Do-hyun, I need to tell you something," she said quietly. "I heard some people talking in the hospital. They were planning something bad for the celebration." "What did they say?" Min-ho asked, suddenly alert. "They talked about weapons and making it look like humans attacked the rulers. I couldn't hear everything, but it sounded dangerous." Min-ho's face turned serious. "We need to find these people before the celebration." For the next few days, Min-ho's security team searched the city. They found secret rooms with weapons. They caught some of the plotters. But Jai and the main leaders stayed hidden. The day of the celebration came. The square was full of people from all three kingdoms. There were colorful flags, music, and food from all cultures. The three rulers sat together on the platform, looking proud of what they had built together. Do-hyun stood up to give his speech. "People of Nebulon," he began, "1 year ago, a misunderstanding almost led to war. Today, we celebrate how you turned that mistake into a chance for greater understanding." As he spoke, Min-ho's guards moved quietly through the crowd. They were looking for anything strange. Hana was watching from near the platform when she saw something move in a window of a building across the square. The sun reflected off something metal. "Min-ho," she called softly, pointing to the window. Min-ho looked and saw it too. He sent guards to check the building. Inside, they found Jai and 5 others with weapons. They had planned to shoot at the rulers during Do-hyun's speech. The weapons had earth markings on them to make it look like humans had attacked. The guards caught the attackers before they could fire a single shot. The celebration continued, with no one knowing how close they had come to disaster. After his speech, Do-hyun learned about the plot. "It seems some people still want the old ways back," he said to Min-ho. "Yes, but they are few now," Min-ho replied. "And we are watching them. The peace will hold." That night, the 3 rulers thanked Do-hyun for his help over the past year. "You changed our world with a smile," Queen Ju said. "We will not forget." "The smile was a mistake," Do-hyun said. "But what you've built from that mistake is no accident. You did this yourselves." As fireworks lit up the sky in all the colors of the 3 kingdoms, plus Earth's blue and green, Do-hyun felt proud. The old kingdoms had crumbled, but something stronger had been built in their place. 5 years had passed since Do-hyun first arrived on Nebulon. Now he returned as Earth's senior ambassador. The spaceport where his ship landed was very different from what he remembered. It combined the best parts of all 3 kingdoms' building styles. Hana waited for him at the arrival gate. She was now the foreign minister for the United Nebulon government. When she saw Do-hyun, she smiled the human way, showing her teeth in a friendly gesture. "Welcome back," she said. "It's good to be back," Do-hyun replied. He greeted her with the new 3-kingdom greeting that everyone now used, a combination of the Luminan eye blink, Voidwalker bow, and Stoneheart chest tap. As they rode from the spaceport to the city center, Do-hyun looked out the window with wonder. So much had changed. Families with members from different kingdoms walked together on the streets. The old borders between kingdoms no longer existed. Buildings showed designs from all 3 cultures working together. "It's amazing," Do-hyun said. "The change is bigger than I ever hoped." "Your smile started it all," Hana replied. "Now we're teaching other worlds about understanding different cultures." At the government center, Do-hyun was happy to see his old friends. Min-ho was now the general of defense. He led a united security force that kept peace throughout Nebulon. "Do-hyun," Min-ho called out, walking over to greet him. "Let me show you our new training center." The training center was where security officers learned about different cultures, both from Nebulon and from other worlds. One room had pictures showing facial expressions from 20 different planets, with explanations of what each meant. "We never make the smile mistake anymore," Minho said with pride. Next, they visited Juwu at the main hospital. She now led a team of doctors from all kingdoms. They combined healing methods from each culture with medical science from Earth. "Our patients get better faster with mixed treatments," Juwu explained. "We found that each kingdom had good ideas, just different ones." That evening, there was a special dinner with the Council of Leaders. This group had replaced the 3 separate rulers. Members came from all parts of Nebulon and worked together to make decisions. At the dinner, the head of the council gave Du-hyun a special honor. He was made a citizen of United Nebulon. "No outsider has ever changed our world so much," said Councillor Sung, who had once been Warlord Sung. "You showed us that different doesn't mean dangerous." After the ceremony, Du-hyun walked in the gardens outside. The gardens had plants from all 3 old kingdoms, growing side by side. In the center stood a statue showing 3 hands reaching toward each other. Hana joined him in the garden. "I have good news," she said. "The council has approved our new plan. Nebulon will open friendly talks with 12 more worlds. We're calling it the Smile Initiative, a program to help different cultures understand each other before problems start." "That's wonderful," Du-hyun said. "It means the lessons we learned here will help others too." "Will you stay and help?" Hana asked. "We need someone who understands how to bridge different cultures." Do-hyun looked up at the night sky. Stars shone brightly above them. Somewhere out there were more worlds with their own customs and ways, all waiting to be understood. "Yes," he said, "I can't think of anything more important." As they walked back to the building, Du-hyun thought about how it all began. A simple smile, something so normal on Earth, but so threatening on Nebulon, had nearly started a war. Yet that same smile had led to something amazing. A world where different cultures learned from each other instead of fearing each other. Throughout the galaxy, people would tell the story of how kingdoms crumbled in the wake of a human smile. But they didn't crumble into dust. Instead, they crumbled like seeds breaking open to grow into something new and better. Do-hyun smiled as he looked at the united city before him. This time, nobody flinched or reached for weapons. Instead, many smiled back, some in the human way, others in their own ways, but all with the same meaning: friendship. The end.